Hey guys, we're back with some more Fate Grand Order. Last time we fought William Tell, did not defeat him, we're just gonna, beat him up a little. And then we told Lakshmi Bai that we're planning to commit genocide. That went well. It actually went better than expected. Yeah, so this video is supposed to be this chapter is supposed to be like an hour-long one. I think I'll do it all in one video, but maybe if I start feeling like tired of recording, like 2 or 3 arrows in, I'll cut it and just come back tomorrow. Maybe later today, but I don't think so. So yeah, Berserker is probably just a bunch of random monsters. Section 13. The Price of Loss. Divine Judgment Looming. Oh, I read that as Prince of Loss at first. Wildly different context. Ooh. Gonna have to go back to the Spirit Border soon. Assuming it still works. I'm kind of thinking that, well, wait, 13 chapters then? I think we're gonna have another cycle before the end. I was kind of thinking earlier that he'd cut off this, Arjuna would cut off this Spirit Border from being able to leave, but maybe not. How's it going? Not bad. Many of them are in good shape thanks to farming and hunting. I doubt I can train them to kill a Kali alone, but sure I can teach them to survive in battle. I believe in you, Mustache Man. Alright, it's time for lunch. Just make sure none of you have too much to eat. Here's your lunch, Father. Thanks. Guess what? I helped make it today. Auntie even said I did a great job. Isn't that great? Thanks. Also, the anniversary of my birth is coming up soon? Thanks. Never mind, it's nothing. See you later. Oh no. It's you. Hey guys. She has too many death flags. I'm not ready. Well, I mean, I am ready. Compared to like Potsy or Gerda, like even Gerda, I feel less about Asha. After you emotionally devastated me with Potsy, there's not much else Fate can do to me. Brought your father his lunch? It's so responsible of you. How are things in town? Really different. So surprising. Father's spending a lot more time here now. Feels really lively too. Though in other places, it's really quiet. Looks like the town has been split cleanly in half. There are more people who support fighting back against the Kali now, but not everyone has joined in. On the one side, we have people from Deval, along with the people they inspire to join them. And on the other, there are people who are still holding onto their old beliefs. Noticed a lot of people watching from a distance and whispering among themselves. Who knows what they might try to pull. There are going to be even more Kali as the Yuga cycle goes on. I'd like to think that more people will decide to join us once they see us fighting. Our ultimate goal is to reduce Arjuna's power by getting people to realize how imperfect and unnecessary of a god he is. So I clearly hope a bunch of more decide to join us, or we will be in big trouble. We should be hoping to win over the rest of this town, keep that momentum to win over the other people here. We can't devote all of our time trying to convincing those holding out on us that we need to train we can't devote all our time to convincing those holding out when we also need to train those who have joined us. Whatever else may happen, we can't let anyone else be killed as long as we're in a position to help. Looks like you're pretty much over it then, huh? I don't know about that, but I do know what it is I need to be doing right now. What's more, I know now that there's something else I need to keep my eye on. There's someone already walking the path I need to follow. I may not fully grasp it, but I understand well enough to know that I no longer have the option of hedging my bets. She's looking at me. Hold up. I think I'm gonna have to postpone the training for now. Seeing a number of signals. Wyverns! More wyverns! Seem they're all warmed up and raring to go, now that it's the final day of the Dvarapara Yuga. Here they come. Alright, everyone who's ready to fight, prepare for battle. But remember, your ultimate goal is to survive. Don't try to be a hero. We'll be handling the front lines, so there shouldn't be any issue with them joining us. Preparing Ornex for immediate combat. All systems green. I'll try to draw as many of them towards me as I can. Waiting your orders, Master. Okay. So last time I talked about how I've been playing Dark Souls. I've also been playing Inscription, which is a deck builder. I think I'm almost done with it, actually. I know it's split into 3 parts. pretty sure I'm on the third part. I mean, it's definitely the third part. Yeah, so I did the entirety of the second part yesterday. It was it was something. It's not really what I expected it to be. Which isn't a bad thing. Just I was expecting more meta elements, I guess. I love though. I don't want to say too much about it, but okay. There's a card in part 1. It says it permanently. It said it in red permanently, so you know it's the truth. That gains a +1/+1 like attack and health every time it dies. So every time it dies, it gains a stat up, and that card is also in part 2. I'm hoping to find it in part 3. It kept those stats up, by the way, which well, you'd have to see part 2 to understand why that's it, and 3 to see why that's a big deal. It's the game wildly changes after part 1. Still deck building though. Yeah, so I didn't really play around with the deck building in part 2, which there's more cards in part 2 than in part 1. I used a bunch of Mantis Gods and Squirrels and Ouroboros. It won pretty easily too. So yeah, I did the very first. I did one card battle in part 3. Let's go. Okay, yeah, I'll finish this off tomorrow. Well, assuming I play it today, because I do want to finish it off, and Dark Souls. I do want to get back to Final Fantasy V. I put that on hold when Endwalker came out. You know, I never got back to it. Speaking of Endwalker, the new Savage raids came out earlier this week. I cleared the second one. Yesterday, after I recorded like 20 minutes worth of footage before I had to go. So I started the third fight. It's a step up from the second fight, but it doesn't seem as hard as the third fight usually is. Maybe that's just so far. I've only gotten to the Gad phase. Oh, it's you. I see. So they're going after Faith, the Achilles heel of every god that shows themselves before mortals. How delightfully cold-blooded. Could just be the surgical strike they need. Even if they don't have time to pull it off, certainly making things more interesting. A god that nobody believes in is little more than a doomsday device, and that even ordinary people can destroy at that. Still, I have to wonder. Are they aware that everything they're doing may, ironically, speed up the whole paradise without people living here? There you are. It's Ashvataman. Seeing you makes me mad now, pardon my French. Hello, Ashvataman. What brings you here? You know why I'm here, dang it. Gotta clean up your mess. You've been taking things Arjuna's erased along with their owners at the end of the Kali Yuga, putting them back to remind other humans that they existed, haven't you? I have. What about it? I was under the impression that I was doing exactly what your god would want me to. There's nothing wrong with rooting out people holding on to unnecessary attachments to their defective past lives. Granted, I won't deny I enjoy the look of despair they get when they realize they can't even remember who they lost. But the point is, I'm helping to find undesirables so we can end the Yuga cycles ahead of schedule. I don't care how you get your kicks. It's hard not to be mad now how much work you're making for me. It'd be one thing if you're just effectively getting in the way, but now that you're making this much more trouble for us, I was told to handle you directly. Huh? Just a minute. Explain to me how my work is being anything less than helpful. The particulars aside, it should be exactly in line with what Arjuna wants. You're thick-headed god who is so drunk on his divinities that he's forgotten what human feelings should be complimenting me like. What an incredibly capable woman you are. You're the goddess I've been searching for my whole life. Your alter ego friend, Arjuna. Told Arjuna all about how your actions are directly fueling the resistance movement that's beginning action. It's really the one bit where I sympathize with you. It sucks having your friend sell you out. Now I see what's going on here. So that's how the monk wants to play this. What an ugly, petty man. That's the difference he'll never make up between him and the other Onmyoji. That's the guy he was pretending to be, right? I forget his name. Or Limbo's name, even. Putting aside the question of whether it's more trouble to deal with an arrogant guy who's knowingly keep a deadly parasite around just because he can, or you're on a parasite himself who'll try to murder you outright in an ambush. A mere servant thinking he can kill me? Oh, the idea is so infuriating, it's almost depressing. Calls himself a destroyer just because he was able to take out the other guys in order around a few regent servants? Ridiculous. Never lay down and die for a being who can't even truly become a pure destroyer of worlds, let alone one of his pathetic lackeys. That emperor who embodied all of humanity was one thing, but can destroy a mere warrior like you with just a few bites. Ooh, what do you know? Guess you got a bit of rage in you yourself. Fine by me. Go on and get as mad as you want. Pretty fierce, I've got to put an end to someone I have no desire to kill. As your friend out must have put it, Arjuna is all we need to end this world. There's no room for a walking disaster like you here. Okay. Is he gonna cut it there? Yeah. It's not how I expected that to go. Or start off even. More wyverns? And we want Kiara to keep getting bombed, but she's only at 6? Really? Huh. What about Vlad? How's he doing? He's getting there. And Edmund's he's getting pretty close. Waver's at 11 already, isn't he? Yeah, so maybe we switch out Kiara? Are there any like servants who have the interludes of? I've stopped working on the interludes. I still have like 10 to 15 I need to do. I mean, we could just put William Tell in here. What's he at? He has 0. Wait, hold on. If we're doing one of them, have I leveled? I might have leveled him. No, I didn't. Where is he? There he is. He's a fairly useful servant, so I figured why not get his bond up. Let's just put him in the back. Okay. Maybe not super appropriate, especially if we end up fighting him this chapter, but... Oh, final day. Okay, so stuff's about to go down. Oh, yeah. It's the Kali Yuga again. Hope we can escape in the border with more room to spare this time. Agreed, but I expect things will be okay. This town knows how to do more than just pray now. We will help them all we can, then make our escape when the time is right. It should be more than capable of surviving until the next Yuga cycle begins by then. I wonder if, the Yuga cycle shortening, I wonder if they're going to account for that. Like, what if it, shortens by like an hour and they're not prepared? Obviously, it doesn't normally shorten by, more than a couple seconds probably. But, obviously, there are factors involved, like us. Speaking of Kali, here comes another wave now. Sure, I'll be fine. Like you said, these people have all been training. Wait, something's not right. Are those Kali swarming together? It's a super Kali! What the hecking heck? It just merged into a new giant Kali. What the heck is that? Never seen a Kali like that before. Why is this happening? They're making themselves stronger because we decided to fight back? Stay back, Asha. Okay. Careful, father. This isn't good. We only taught these people how to handle normal Kali. That giant one is in a whole other league. It's a shame we won't be able to help them with the other Kali. Or we're the only ones here who can handle that giant. Let's go. Red Edmund! Why? Okay. Come on, Paul. Faster. So the inscription's been... It's been an experience. depending on how it ends, maybe not worth the $15 I spent on it, but like, if it ever drops to like $10, definitely. It is a pretty short game. Well, so it seems. Assuming, you know, part 3 is of similar length to part 2. Of course, I didn't, like, I could have spent more time, like, deck building in part 2, and it, you know, could have been. But I just used very simple decks. Yeah, so besides that, visual novel I've been reading. I think I've talked about this. I haven't, right? Have I? Maybe I haven't. White Album 2. After God knows how long. God knows how long. It finally got translated. I've heard the translation quality is only like okay, but still, it's like it's the final Kami-ge that I've heard like all revered about for like the past almost decade. Like, I'm trying to think of them. Let's see, DC Ray, you know, that got translated back in like 2017, I think. Muramasa, which got translated this year, well, last year now. Baldur's Sky, which was 2 years ago. I think 2 years ago. I still haven't read it or Muramasa. White Album 2, which is this year. Speaking of DC, I need to finish DC Ray. I have like an hour left of it. I went back into the Himuro 2, Raya 2, whatever. With like the true ending. But I got to the part where it's like an epilogue and I saved it there. I was like, okay, I'll finish this tomorrow. And I believe this was like right before my CPU thing. I will finish that game. Really, I need to reread it at some point. But I'm going to wait at least a couple years for that, if ever. I'll be dead. I'll be on my deathbed. Put it on, DCA. I need to see Murray again. There, it's dead. How are the people doing? There's nothing more I can do. Let's get out of here. Oh, okay. Father, over there. Oh, please help me. My leg got stuck in the rubble. Please, God, I'll pray as much as you like, I promise. Gosh darn Ulo. This isn't my fault. I know. This is all the God's will. It has to be. Father. He's gonna die. Don't cry. It's no big deal. Just have to get used to limping. Oh no. Oh no. No point in me trying to fight anymore. Let's go find a place to hide. Hold on to me, Father. I'll help you walk. Are you okay? Does your leg hurt? Really grown up, haven't you? Huh? Well, sure I have. Yes, that makes sense. You know, you turned 4,000 days old tomorrow. So it's like 11? 12? We'll have to celebrate. You remembered! Once again, I dream as I close my eyes. This Lakshmi? Dream of an impossibly tragic war, taking place for impossibly meaningless reasons. A pointless war that wiped an entire clan out of existence. War that swallowed the land whole, claiming untold numbers of lives. War that trampled the souls of countless brave warriors underfoot. Uttara, son of Virata, died. Oh, is this Arjuna? His brother, Shraveta, was killed by Bhishma. Bhima killed the king of Kalinga. Virata's eldest son, Shanka, also died. So this is Arjuna or Ashwatthama. All 100 of the princes died, one after the other. Iravan was killed as well. Okay, this is Ashwatthama. I killed Bhishma with Shinkandi's help. Abhimanyu was also killed. Seeing how these names are written after listening to them is weird. So many dead. So many killed. Death and killing. Killing and death. I only recognize some of them. Like, I know Shikandi. I don't know who that character is, though. I know the name. I know who Bhishma is. Wait, Bhishma was the guy who took, like, 6 months to die, right? Because he wanted to die during I think during the spring. So it was like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna chill here for a while with like 1,000 arrows in me. Like Abhimanyu, I've definitely heard that name. Every time I was like, oh, it's like Angermanyu. I saw countless friends and allies die. Saw countless enemies and foes die. Once all my thoughts had passed me by, all my emotions had been dreamed out of me, I was left with only one question. Why? Hey. Hey! So, oh, is that Arjuna? Wait, Bhishma was on the enemy side. Yeah, I killed Bhishma. Okay, so that was, okay. Bhishma was like a cool guy who was going to help out the Pandavas, but he actually said something, like, he made an oath or something, so he accidentally ended up having to help the Khandavas. The whatever, the not Pandavas. Good, you're finally awake. I didn't know you slept too. I know this is short notice, but I need a new power. Question mark? Like I told you in my report, Yama's power wasn't helpful at all. Come to think of it, it's probably because he's similar to Hades. May have spent my time hating him without realizing it. So I need you to lend me another divinity. Yama alone isn't going to cut it. First, this would be strictly to help me with my research, and to help me uphold the laws of this just world. So you can understand that my request is completely justified, right? A trivial matter, as all things are. Okay, so he's being less divine now. That's definitely not gonna come, back to bite him. Do I feel like... I feel like that's as best a stopping point as I'll get. We probably have like at least another 40 minutes to go, right? So I think I'll call it there for today. This is just gonna be a normal cut for you guys. So I'll see you guys then. Hey everyone, we're back. It's actually been like about a week, I think? I haven't counted. I meant to do it the next day, but stop having it, I forgot. Anyway, we got something big to take care of. If it will load. There it is. Got a ticket. We have 2 tickets. No. I wouldn't mind Tamamo, but... I didn't know this banner was still on. Come on. I think we have enough to get a ×2 roll. If we throw in the quartz. Not her. This is important. The mid-video gotcha roll. Though it doesn't feel like mid-video. Yep, so we should have enough to do a 2 roll. That's 5 rolls total, I think. Which mathematically gives us a 5% chance of getting her. I mean, it's just math. 5 rolls, 5% chance. Because each one is 1%, and 1 times 5 is 5. You're welcome. Oh, I saw the lag. Did you see the lag? I saw the lag. Oh, I thought it was actually gold. My mind saw the gold. Okay, well. We don't have any, Yeah, we bought all the stuff, okay. I need to buy them. Oh, I have enough. I guess the Benny Enma event finally got me enough. I'll do that after the video, like putting them all together. I did the... Hold on. Just making sure I got all my stuff done. Okay. It's so hot. I might have left the heater on. I'll be right back. Okay, it's a very professional video. I did not leave the heater on though. I guess it's just hot today. Even though it's the middle of January. Oh, okay. What were we in the middle of doing? So I know we're in the town. Did we just fight some monsters? Dang it. Didn't expect him to give me another job as part of the package. Right, he got another god. Oh well, I guess I can't really focus on my research until they're taken care of anyway. Does that mean I can trust you to deal with them? I know I brought some sacred beasts along with me. I can't let the Kali run rampant either. Part of our job is making sure the judgments are handled impartially. Any imbalances need to be corrected. Especially since now there's a whole new giant Kali I've never seen before now. Maybe he's the alpha or something. Suit yourself. You're staying outside the town, right? It's none of my business what you choose to point your crossbow at. Actually, I'm tired of picking targets off at long range. It feels like it dulls my instincts, you know? I just can't seem to get in my usual hunter mood that way. I remember that taking shots from extreme distance isn't my thing. Much rather stay at a comfortable 100 paces or so. Are you sure those are the after effects speaking? Huh? You may have perfectly healed your physical injuries thanks to my medical expertise and his abundant magical energy. But even I can't help with your mental ones. The memory of your precious heroes failing to find their targets. The abject defeat you suffered as an archer, unable to land a single shot on your intended target. Those are the kind of things that leave a deep, permanent mark in your spirit origin. Much as I hate to admit it, even I can't cure that. I don't know. Never been an especially sensitive hunter. Just think sticking to my preferred range will make things easier for me. Is he going easy on us? Anyway, I'll take care of the Kali in town and come back you up when I'm done. Honestly, now that I have the power of 2 guides to work with, you hardly need to bother. This is just like being able to do 2 different operations simultaneously. Can handle even the most difficult patients at home at the same time now. By the way, something I've been wondering for a while now. What is it? It's nothing major, mind you. Just curious why I was the last Yugakhestra summoned is all. You already had Najah, the son of the great Chinese hero Li Jing, and you, the legendary god of medicine from Greek mythology. That's true. So why, some random Swiss hero? Not to mention Ashwataman, the heroic half-incarnation of Shiva from the Mahabharata, was here even before you two. Was he heroic? That would have been my word choice for him. No. So with all those amazing mythical figures around, why would he pick an ordinary guy like me as his final Yugakhestra? Beats me. Who knows what a god that pure could be thinking? Besides, we don't even know if he summoned you on purpose. You'd have to ask him or the alter ego about that. There's every chance that you were only summoned by sheer coincidence. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But, in case it wasn't a coincidence, there's just something about your posture that told me now might be a good time to think about it. My posture? What are you talking about? I don't even know myself. It's just a hunter's intuition. Huh. Why wouldn't he be summoned? No, my only guess would be like he was summoned as a rogue servant initially, and Arjuna was like, "Oh no, I summoned you. It was me. I did it." And he's gonna team up with us. There really are a lot more of them on Kali Yuga. That's not all. Sacred beasts. Yes, and they seem to be even more worked up than usual. Does this mean? Of course it means one of us will show up. Not the same one as last time. But as I've already been compensated, I suppose I can make a house call. You're that doctor guy! As this Cleppy is. No Greek heroes have difficult names, but we at least gotta try. Arjuna's quite generous as gods go. All I did do was ask, and he gave me a new divinity. A new divinity? Who's he got in him this time? I forget who we actually had last time, but it's the same one you were using before. Oh, malware bites. No. Now there's this. I still have issues with the idea of gods, but at least this one isn't Greek. If it'll help me keep making progress, I won't hesitate to use whatever I can. Is that water? Water. Oh no. He's got Varuna, the god of water. That one might be an even better fit for him than Yama. Varuna was the region in the west. It was famous for using medical science to I forget my Pepperoncino voice. Like, it was Goda-esque. I remember when I did my Goda voice for the first time, I was like, talk like a goblin. And that's how I did it. But, how do you talk like a goblin? He's using that water to enhance the sacred beast's strength. Must have some sort of medicinal properties. Oh, great. So he's doping his attack beast things with divine steroid water. But it's going to give them some completely broken regen ability or something. It's going to be a huge pain in the butt, I can already tell, pardon my French. Like, I enjoy brutally difficult grindfest as much as the next gamer. At some point it gets too hard to even bother with. So what, you gotta one-shot him? Stop whining. The people of this town have finally found the will to fight back. I'm not gonna let these things ruin that. Not on my watch. We need to prove that neither this false god, nor his underlings are invincible. They can be. Must be defeated. We're the ones who showed them this path. It started them along it. I have to show them what lies at its end. Dude, Yama's being cool. Is he gonna die? Even if he does have a new divinity at his disposal now, still no more than a tool. Something more or less tacked on, to use the modern parlance. Even if this new divinity does pertain to healing, the damage to Asclepius' own spirit origin is not the sort that can be recovered from in a day. Not when Asclepius himself has divinity of his own. In brief, it is eminently possible that he has not recovered from damage he sustained in your last battle. Okay, so remember last time it said William Tell we damaged him but he got away. That could be just the advantage you need. I wish I could give you some more helpful instructions, but I'm afraid that's all I've got this time. It's more than enough, Holmes. Master, we're up against Asclepius and his two divinities. I know he's a formidable enemy, but... yeah, we're still gonna win. Oh. You're welcome to try, foolish patience. At this point, I've both conquered death and gained the power to heal people with godlike power, despite not being a god myself. Never been more capable. Maybe now I could cure that idiocy of yours just as well as I can everything else. That's a cool line. Probably should take... I'm gonna take Achilles and a Skadi. What is this? I don't know what that craft essence does. 15 stars when entering battle. Okay. Oh yeah. Let's bring out Achilles. There are assassins, but I'm hoping we won't need to worry about those. Caster's first, so I assume he's in the front line? Or... I forget how to read this. Does it list them in the order they appear or in the order of their importance? We'll see. Kinda think it's gonna be Asclepius and like, you know, like 5 or 6 enemies, you know, by him. They, you know, there's 2 by him, but they respawn. Well, new ones come out. Dang it. Pepe's backing. Thanks, Pepe. For this first wave, I'm not gonna... I can't triple loop, so I'm just gonna kill him normally. At least I don't think I can. It's very unlikely that we can. Especially with is that MP gain now? Yep. So let's just kill this normal one. Anyway, what if I... Oh! I forgot to talk about it, but the Nightingale Christmas event came on, and it was highly disappointing, actually. In the past, the Christmas events have been pretty good. Like, the first one was a fine comedy event. I'd have to reread it to actually tell you if it was good or not. I just remember a couple of jokes in it, you know, 5 years later. So, you know, it's passable. The second one was probably the best Christmas event, you know, Jean Alter Santa Lily, which was surprisingly great. Then afterwards, another great one with the Ereshkigal one, right? Wait, did I skip one? I think that's the third one. Yeah, okay, it's the third one. Because that was during the Epic of Remnant year. Then we had Quetzalcoatl Christmas, which was... it was fine, I guess. I wasn't a big fan of it, but it was a passable event. And then this one was just... I wasn't into it. I don't really like Nightingale's characterization in it, which is... Like, she was the focus, kind of like Becca with the second one, but just... It fell completely flat. Oh, come on, did you have to have... That... Okay, that's good. Yeah, I forgot to put... I think last time I raised my FPS cap to 60. Usually since I have it BlueStacks in the... Well, I mean, my phone... I don't... Too much, like, frame interference in my house, you know. You can only have 60 frames in one household at a time, or, you know, things just get... Ooh. That's why on my phone that I'm playing on right now, I cap the FPS so my computer doesn't lag. Yeah. Wink, wink. Okay, the region's done. Okay. Completely tolerable. Oh. I think we just attack him this turn. We won't have enough for another Noble Phantasm after that, so... well, actually, if we had a quick crit, maybe? But what's done is done. Yeah, something it's like at 40-ish right now, but it just feels laggy. Like, it feels like it's like less than 30. Huh. You go, Achilles. Yeah, but Nightingale Archer is actually a pretty good unit. I've been using her for in the Benny Enma event. There's a like a female-only servant node, the Woman's Hot Springs, I think. And since I don't, she's my best AOE archer. But well, it's either her or Nobunaga, I think. And she can, you know, she has a quick AOE Noble Phantasm, which is very good with Scuddy. There's also, you know, Woman's Hot Springs, can't use male supports, like Waver. I've heard that, I saw someone say that Nightingale Santa is actually useful in like, Lost Belt 5? I never used her there, but I'll have to look into that when we get there. Because I know there's... I think they're more so in Olympus, but I know there's some hard boss fights. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay. So yeah, it was just disappointing, and... Oh yeah, we have the Amazon event coming up, which is... I haven't read anything about the Amazon event, but I know it's like a servant universe kind of thing. Which... I'm kind of thinking Star Wars, I mean, Saber Wars 2 might have just been a fluke. And that it was surprisingly good, but like... You still gotta be sold on the whole servant universe thing. So what's after that? I know we have the Apocrypha rerun when Vlad gets a buff. So I'm looking forward to that soonish. Maybe this time I'll actually farm the raids. I think last time I did them a little, but like I'm usually never caught up to do the raids. I don't really like grind at all. But if I can do the raids, you know, like 10 or 20 times, I'll be happy. You know, get some gems and maybe some materials. QP too. Oh hey Vlad, we're talking about you. So yeah, I beat Inscription. Did I already talk about that? It was fine. Like, it had a very poignant ending. The rest of it was, well, the first act was very solid, and then Act 2 and 3 should have just been like each an hour shorter, and it would have been a much better game. It did some cool stuff though. Just Like, I feel like it's not spoilers to talk about, like everyone knows it. Okay, I'm gonna talk about it now. If you want zero spoilers about Inscription, just go away. Leave. Be gone. It had like a meta narrative going on, but I feel like it never really, like, the meta narrative had no purpose. Like, I just kind of felt like it didn't need to have it. Like, that's the entire narrative though, but like, usually meta narratives have a point to it. The point was, oh, we have a meta narrative, guys. It's crazy. And I just wasn't that into it. What's wrong, Sacred Beast? I know you can keep going. Come on, get up. I'll keep healing you. The ending sequence was still cool though. Yeah. What's going? Yeah. In short, you're neither a pseudo-servant in a special vessel, nor a naturally occurring divine spirit amalgamation. That made all the difference. I remember what happened with Najah. Najah intentionally chose to overload her spirit origin, but you've done a decent job of it without even trying. Not only are you bearing the brunt of two divinities in a single servant body, so really there's no point in getting two because you can't handle it, but one of them is boosting your already perfect healing abilities well beyond their limits. You've obviously been pushing yourself way too hard. Since you don't have some special background that lets you handle that kind of load like Arjuna does, this is only ever going to end up with you destroying yourself. Pretty sure Arjuna knew that too. What? That can't be right. Why would he do something like... A trivial matter, as all things are. Dang it. So that's what he meant. He didn't care what might happen to me. I'm as completely inconsequential to him as anything else. The dang fool didn't appreciate the value of medicine any more than the other idiot gods did. There's just something about your posture that told me now might be a good time to think about it. Meaning, he probably knew he was gonna die here? I see. So that's what he was going on about. Maybe you have been the idiot all this time. It's ironic, Clepius. You set a world where one would never die just for excelling. And now you've excelled so much in your pursuit of power that you brought about your own death. Yeah, Yama. Just kill him already. Oh! Can't believe I forgot something so fundamental. Even medicine can be harmful in excess. I neglected to walk that line. Now I'm paying the price. What an embarrassing mistake. Speaking of things I forgot. Hey, before I go, just tell me one thing. Do I seem that strange to you? All I want is to advance medicine for the good of all mankind. Women, children, the elderly. Everyone should be... Men? Everyone should be able to benefit from getting the treatment they need. All I want is a world where you won't be an outcast just for excelling. Excellence shouldn't be a crime. You're not wrong. There's nothing strange about your stance. I think any hero would feel the same as you do. But even so, I'm not quite sure how to describe this, but... You don't get to talk about that kind of thing when you're working for the jerks running this world. At least, that's how it feels to me. Of course, my feelings are also Ganesha's feelings right now, so they do carry plenty of divine weight. The more a god thinks such things without any reason, the worse that is, huh? That's possible. Maybe the lack of self-awareness is what I need to treat. Maya's Clepius. We won. Though I don't know what he kept muttering about even as he disappeared. What an odd man. As Clepius' spirit origin has completely vanished. We've beaten him. Oh yeah, that's kind of unceremonious. I imagine William Tell is next. We did it, Master! Fo! Do 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 da 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 da. Oh no! Cut to 90 match! Dang, they got him, huh? Well, I just wrapped things up with the Kali here. Guess I may well go and avenge him. Yeah, okay. I like how they don't do it as structurally as they usually do. Oh, Effective Unforgiving World weekend. That's nice. Like usually it'll be like, okay, you go beat this guy, then you go beat this guy, then you beat that guy, and then you go beat the final boss. But now it's like, go to that guy, get beaten up, go to that guy, he gets away. Then they both come and, you know, you kill them both at the same time. I talked about it before, but I just dislike that kind of structure. Victoria Lancer? I think that's... Obviously, Skydee doesn't benefit too much with her, but... I mean, a 50% battery is nothing to laugh about. Father fell asleep after I took him to the healer. That means he'll be okay, right? I wonder if... there's something I can do to help. I mean, we could take him to the spirit border, I mean, you know, with the broken leg or limp or whatever. He's probably going to get erased in the... What do they call it? At the end of the Kali Yuga. You want to help? I don't know, you're still just a child. We can't give you a sword. There aren't any other weapons you could use safely. You can pray, of course. Go on, close your eyes and pray as hard as you can for our God to help. Option C, go to the William Tell fighting it in the way so that one of us dies. Look out, Master, it's William Tell! Aw, so you're coming to face this yourself this time. Actually, that's about the distance I prefer to operate from. Besides, it's the climax of the hunt. Can't just pass up a chance like this when my quarry's already weak and exhausted. The hunter doesn't feel bad about bringing down their prey. We feel accomplished. We're in a difficult position, having fought so many Kali and Asclepius. Much rather we had time to recover before our next showdown with William Tell. I'm sure you'd like that. The thing about hunters is that we don't let our quarry escape. Traps, wind, climate, sense, bait. When you decide to bring down a target, make sure to use whatever it takes. If we let a wounded animal get away, well, it's no greater shame than that. When that happens, you just have to accept it's God's will, and resign ourselves to going to bed with an empty stomach. Looks like we got no choice but to fight. Great, we'll just have to settle things here and now, Master. We have yet to fully recover from that last battle. Should I still have a chance? It won't be an easy fight by any means. Hang in there. Well, at least we don't have to worry about him sniping at us from extreme range now. But he can still control the wind as he likes thanks to Value. Keep your guard up, Horsey. There's no telling how he'll try shooting his arrows at us next. Okay. So I imagine, what's her name? Asha is gonna get in the way. We're gonna kill William Tell, and then we're gonna realize, oh, we're running out of time. I was still kind of thinking that he would block the spirit border from being used again, but like, that's not gonna happen. We still got like 6 chapters to go. This is like a huge climax scene. We can... It's not Buster here. I think we want to use this now, actually. We don't want our casters to be hurt too much. Go on, shoot out a jungle minion. Yeah, I won't talk anymore about Inscription because I'm not sure if I already talked about it. Anyway, what have I done in the past week? More Savage rating in Final Fantasy XIV. Got a week 1 clear on the 3rd fight of the tier. The Phoenix? Not the Phoenix, the Phoenix. Which I was very happy about. That's my first time clearing the 3rd fight of a tier week 1. I've done the 2nd fight of the tier once before week 1, but that was years ago. Back in the last expansion, there were 3 tiers. The first 2 I had like internet or some kind of technical problems, I forget what, during week 1. So I didn't really do much during those weeks. During the last one, I joined a group, so I was like, you know, we call them a static in the business. I was like, you know, I don't really need to bother, you know, grinding it out week 1. We'll get it done eventually. And this time I'm still in the group, but I decided, you know, let's see how far I can push it. Especially since my group wasn't doing anything week 1. Which, you know, gave me plenty of time. I didn't know life it, and I think I had like 2 or 3 hours left before like the weekly reset happened when I finally got the clear. So one more fight. I'll probably work on it slowly. I don't want my group to catch up to it. I don't know if I'll clear it before then, but you know, practice never hurts. So yeah, that's most of what I did for the past week. Besides that, started playing at Dark Souls Remastered again. Well, you know, I took a little break from it. I've got to be honest. Like, I was kind of thinking the game would be better after. Okay, so that's just pray. Well, does this go around dodge? Ignore invincible, so I don't think so. So just, yeah, hope. Wait and hope. Edmund hasn't showed up recently, has he? I know he shows up at least one more time. I think it's lost about 5. So I got a Discord message, and I think their name popped up on the screen for like half a second. Because I'm using a screen, what's it called? Screen recorder? Or, I forget the name of it, but. So, you know, I just cut it. I'll edit that out. Let's see if this hits. Kind of annoying fight, but shouldn't be too tough. Wonder what the odds are for, you know, it to hit 0. 50-50? Maybe. Anyway, Dark Souls, right? I was kind of expecting after, like, on Orlando, for it to get better, it has gotten worse. So I believe, if I understand the structure right, you have to go to, you can do it in any order you want. You gotta get 4 souls to go fight the final boss. I've done 1 and I think I'm at the 2nd boss. So I got the 4 Kings one, which that might be the worst boss in the Dark Souls trilogy. Like, this is my final one I'm playing. Like Dark Souls 2 had some boring bosses, but like 4 Kings is just bad in a different way. Like, it has like a Destructo Disc attack, like, you know, in Dragon, like, you know, Frieza, like he does the thing that follows Goku. And like, but you can't use it to hit. Well, maybe you can, but it's not intended to. Like, the way it follows you just, you know, doesn't work like that. And you're meant to just take the hit, which is stupid, because that means you have to use a shield. As we all know, using a shield in Dark Souls, you know, that's baby mode. You keep the Grass Crest shield on your back and you never use it. That's like the best way to play. But for that fight, I basically had to get it out just to shield that, and their other magic attack too, like it's an explosion, just because like that radius is huge. It was just a very bad boss. Then I was like, okay, you know, that area wasn't great, you know, that boss was terrible, but the next area is going to be great. So I decided to go to the catacombs. Which I'd already been to a little before. I didn't get to the boss, Pinwheel, I think, who dies in like 2 hits. Very easy boss. And then you get to the worst area in the Dark Souls trilogy, maybe. Dark Souls 2 had some pretty bad areas, and did 3? But Tomb of the Giants is just, it's up there. It's up there. I had heard people say that like Dark Souls 1 had the best level design of the trilogy, but like honestly, I don't see how. Like, I'm trying to think, have there been any areas I really like? Like, Sen's Fortress I like the idea of. That was cool. Probably because I didn't die there. If I died there more, I'd probably hate it. On Orlando was... I hated the the spot where you're up above and on like a thin railway while there's archers shooting at you. There's 2 times where, well, once where there's archers. Both of those were awful. Dang it, none of my attacks are landing. Every time I think we have him, he slips out of my reach again. Just too dang good at controlling the positioning of this fight. I can't read his aerial's trajectory. It's taking everything I have just to defend against them. He must be using the wind god's power to control their flight path. Can't even tell where he's firing from. This must be what it's like to be a cornered animal. We can't let him bring us down. It bears asking, I think. Can you draw his fire towards you like you did before? I don't think so. The situation is too different. At this point, there's no way I can reverse concentrate all the different possibilities, no matter how hard I push the goddess's divine core. I see. Not sure why that is, but I'm glad to hear it all the same. At least now, we won't have to rely on a cowardly strategy where you end up hurt. And all I can do is stand back and watch, angry at myself for being so helpless. There you go again. Hang on, Lady Lakshmi. I'll help you. Stop. That won't work on him. Any non-mystic attacks will just... Ah! No, man! No! Dang, sorry about that. Wasn't ordered to hurt any civilians. But couldn't help the reflex to return fire when he shot at me. With his sword? Say though, it's pretty impressive for a homemade crossbow. Even so, you shouldn't go around firing it at a real hunter. Dang it. There should be some way we can defeat him. Oh. Okay. One last arrow. I guess we'll be fighting him again. Yeah. Signal target this time? Maybe? And Asha's gonna do something. As I kept walking, I got more and more anxious. What if Father ends up dying? He remembered my birth anniversary and everything. Said he would celebrate it with me. You know, they need to catch your name for that. And for just an instant, pretty sure you even patted my head earlier. What do I do? How can I make sure everyone ends up happy? Is there any way for my father to get better? The Kali to go away? All of us to go on to the next Yuga together? And then I remember the nice travelers. The ones who seem like gods but aren't. The only thing I can do is pray. Rather pray to them. Besides, they know all sorts of things. Maybe they'll even know how to fix my father's injury. I'll go and look for them. Oh, hey, that's us. Well, come on. Gotta show the master sprite. Show Gudo. I didn't know what was going on, but I could tell that the travelers were in trouble. It's really surprising, but I can't just stand around in shock. The man attacking the travelers must be one of the bad gods someone once told me about. Honestly, still don't know what the difference between good gods and bad gods is. But definitely don't want the travelers to die. I have to do something. Throw an apple at them. Is she gonna take the crossbow? Something fell to the ground in front of me. I don't know what this is. I saw the grown-ups practicing with them. Just squeeze this part and it shoots an arrow. Could I use this to help? Maybe if I can help the nice travelers, they can help my father? That sounded like she picked up a gun, like lowered a gun. It's like, oh no, Asha, stop! Someone else foolish enough to shoot at a seasoned hunter? I'm to show them what happens when. Huh? Can't pull the trigger. Oh, because he has a servant. Okay, I get it. You know, we all know your story. Come on, William. Don't you remember your son? Don't you remember how you had to shoot that apple off his head to save him from that jerkwad of a... I don't know how to say bucked. Listen, I'm a hardcore gamer, so I may not know much outside of my wheelhouse, but I know this. Shooting is the one thing William Tell should never ever do. Huh? My son? What are you talking about? Okay, so he was memory brainwashed. Can't believe it. His memories must have been deemed useless and erased. I don't know what's going on. At least he finally stopped moving around. Now's our chance. Don't worry about Asha. Our impressive girth can function as an even more impressive meat shield. That's a sentence. This is the opportunity we've been waiting for. Come on, Master. It's time to finish this. Are we gonna kill him? I'm gonna hope this is a single target to bring Brynhild. Should be a fast fight, hopefully. Maybe. I was thinking about bringing an AoE backline, but yeah, we got this. We'll be fine. It's only him. Definitely. Only him. Right, please. If still waiting, I've talked about this before. I've been reading I think it's just called Mythology by Edith Hamilton? No. Edith someone. Oh, can you not use his Noble Phantasm? Thanks, Pepe. Yeah, okay. I got like halfway through it and through multiple checkouts. I read it very slowly. Waiting to check it back out again so I can try to finish it before the Greek Lost Spell. I wasn't reading it for the Greek Lost Spell, but I figure, you know, since we're going into that, might as well finish it before then. I'm reading it because I've been wanting to read the Iliad and the Odyssey, but I heard that it's better to, you know, have an understanding of Greek mythology before going into them. Especially the Iliad, I think. I believe the Iliad is like harder to read. Don't quote me on that. That's okay. Not a lot of HP. Oh, he can use his Noble Phantasm now, but it's weaker, I think. Yeah, okay, significantly. We're gonna use this. Should we? No, we have two. We have two. I didn't notice the second Brynhild card. That should hurt, right? Okay, not too much, but it definitely hurt. And gave us stars for the future. I'll take it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm hoping I can get a hold of that. It's on hold right now in the library. Before I finish, which I'm hoping to finish this last spell before the end of January. Will I finish Atlantis before Olympus comes out? Maybe not. Definitely won't finish uploading it before then. But I'd like to just, you know, catch up, be done with it. Oh, you get what I mean. Because after I finish Olympus, like, there's 2 lost belts in the next 2 years. So I can be nice and comfy and play other games. I'll probably start playing Disco Elysium again once I get to Atlantis. Because I've been wanting to, just, you know, one of them is a little more time sensitive than the other. I still need to upload more of it. Like, I've had like 4 or 5 videos in reserve. They just haven't made it to YouTube. We'll get there. Okay, he's dead. What do you think? We kill him or we recruit him? He ran away there instead of dying. Which isn't always indicative of what happens in the story. But it's a good indicator. You failed to shoot the choir you were hunting. Our master, you almost shot a child instead. What a shame. You're no longer William Tell, the heroic archer engraved in the throne of heroes. But is that enough? You're nothing more than an ordinary hunter at the mercy of a god. Begone, William Tell, before you're past redemption. Yeah, okay, dude, Yama just killed 2 people. Well, 2 servants. What an awful fate, leaving only your defective memories erased. I don't even want to think about what I'd be like if that had happened to me. How do we know it hasn't happened to him? This battle isn't over just yet. Finish him. I'm well aware. Huh? This really makes me mad now, pardon my French. Still not done with my last job. Couldn't just ignore all this crap. Dang it all. Makes me real angry that you guys had the bad luck to be here when you have nothing to do with the beast I was chasing. Hey, Ashvataman. Oh, really? That's the last arrow, right? I was kind of hoping William Tell would die so we get rid of the debuff. Arrowhead of Malice. Section 14. Those who laugh during the end of Yuga. Okay, I think the next one's short, so I think I'll do that today too. I'll see you guys. We still haven't dealt with this, huh? The Seraph thing? I guess that's what we'll be doing after William Tell is dead. But before we go to Arjuna. Or during when we go to Arjuna. I don't know. That's still just a massive plot point, though, that we haven't dealt with at all. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.